This is Badass Billy Gunn, 11-time WWE Tag Team Champion, Intercontinental Champion, Hardcore Champion, and you're listening to IcoPod. You gotta hear this. And if you're not listening to this, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Back with episode 170 of IcoPod, and it's the season 4 premiere of the podcast. I am Bob Conley Jr. With me, as always, is Austin Skinner and Dallas Gridley. Austin and I have been doing this for 4 years. Dallas is just getting into his 2nd year. And this week we have the year-end awards for 95 and also the 1996 Raw Bowl, whatever that means. Fellas, how excited are we for season 4? And are you confident with your awards that you picked? Your winners for the awards, Austin?
Has it really been 4 years?
This would be going on season 4, yeah.
Starting of the 4th year.
Holy shit! I gotta stop doing this.
And you know, what's really exciting is just thinking back. I was never asked to join. I was pretty much exiled to being on IcoPod.
It's literally not true. We asked
until
we were
1 year ago,
and you were like, "Nah, man, I don't think I could really do it." And then we had you on Beach Blast 92. You said about 8 words,
and he hated it. So I figured, okay, we're in the
fucking
clear. He's not going to want to join.
Yeah.
We're good.
Well, then just a year ago, Bob was like, "Hey, do you want to actually do it?" And
we know why. We know why. Okay, you're fucking not fooling anybody. Because here's why Dallas did it, right? He said, "Let me get on this podcast that I don't give a flying fuck about.
Right.
Let me cut my teeth. Let me get in the groove here. Let me weasel my way in between, Bob and Austin, and just do what I got to do. And then, wait a second, I'm gonna do what I originally intended to do, and I'm gonna launch a total nonstop action wrestling podcast. And I'm going to steal Bob. And I'm going to take all of Bob's love for podcasting. I'm just going to nosedive it into the ground 1 day a week, sometimes 2, with TNA. And that was really Dallas's alternate motive through all of this. It's not because he, wanted to necessarily join IcoPod. It was his way in. The door was cracked. So he, of course, slipped his little foot on through, and here we are a year later since he's joined.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's the truth there for you.
I think you're right.
Well, there's a good chance, but me and Bob have been killing it over on the TNA Cross the Line podcast. And
I want to know when your next guest is, okay? I'm going to fucking put you on blast right here on IcoPod. When's the next TNA guest coming on? Because, I'm ready.
We've been trying to get you on there, but you don't want to do it.
Oh, no. I'm saying people who maybe have been on TV before.
Yeah, well, me and Bob have not, we haven't focused on trying to get more people on it. So currently, there is no one. We haven't even done another bonus episode in probably 6 months.
You're fucking up.
We're fucking up, but I'll tell you what, we're killing it. People are loving the show. Our Twitter is great. It's at Cross the Line TNA if you want to follow us.
Yeah, you can tell where the resources are going these days.
And you know what? You say I'm killing Bob's love for podcasts. I think Bob's loving it more than ever.
I don't know.
Because Bob was talking about the magazine idea and Bearded Thoughts teasing a return. So Bob is podcast ready as he chokes right now.
Yeah, well, I'm dealing with a fucking cough because my life sucks. I wouldn't say I'm loving podcasting the most in my entire life. If you've noticed, I've not done the magazine idea. So
well, you gotta get
because realistically, all that would be is me reading a magazine to everyone. So I mean, do I want to sit here and read 80 pages of a 1996 wrestling magazine?
It's like an audiobook. It's an audiobook. Listen,
I'm not going to do 1,300 magazine on tapes.
Listen, if you're a loyal listener, listening to 170 of IcoPod right now, drop us a comment. Do you want to hear Bob read magazines from '96 covering the shit that we're covering? And I bet you at least 3 or 4 people will say yes.
No, they're all gonna say hell to the no.
I don't know if a one-man podcast really works.
It's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Because here's a fun fact about IcoPod. All right. Before I even asked Austin to do it, I watched the first Raw and tried to do like a solo commentary on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not fun.
See, that's something I didn't know. I didn't know you did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did do that. It's just it felt awkward because you're just talking and trying to fill error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And that's funny to bring up too, because I texted Bob when I pitched the TNA idea, and I said, dude, I keep thinking about this. Like, it's keeping me up at night. I got this idea, and if you don't want to do it, I'm going to do it alone. Like, I was like that set to do it, and then Bob ended up joining, of course. But I think it would have ended up the same way. I would have been like, this is too weird. I can't do it.
Well,
and not for a 2-hour show either. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah.
Well, and to go all the way back, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I said yes right off the bat either, because I didn't.
It took you like 2 years.
Well, yeah, because, and Bob knows this, when I do something, and Bob's very much the same way, it's like, dude, this ain't going to be no, let's jump on and we'll do one now and then another episode in a couple weeks, and then we might bang out 3 episodes in 1 week, and like, no, if we're going to do it, I told them straight up, I don't know if I can stay that committed to release an episode every week until the end of time. And so I basically said no. You know, if I feel like I'm not going to be able to be committed to it and do it every week with you, I don't want to half-ass it. So I don't want to do it. And then I don't know. I think it just took some time, and I think Bob brought it up again, and at the time I was writing for his website more frequently, and it was like, I haven't seen a lot of this shit. I'm not liking the current product. I need to kind of fill that wrestling void every week. Why not? And so it was really a roll of the dice, but it was also an excuse for us to hang out because, as we've said before, I would go to Bob's house physically and record these. So, you know, sitting down, it would double as kind of a hangout, which worked well. Never did I think 4 years later, 1,200 miles between, would I still be doing this? Now we're up into 1996, but it's just funny how that stuff works out because easily this could have just never happened. But, I guess lucky you guys that it did.
Well, and it's funny. So we started off in person, right? And that includes the bonus episode of Survivor or SummerSlam '92, the infamous one where it's not complete because it cut off. Then we had to go to Google Hangouts, and then they were like, "We're closing up shop." So it's like, fuck. Which is funny because Skype has turned out to be the easiest way to kind of do it. Like Google Hangouts, it was weird. Like you had to like extract it onto YouTube or something, and then
it was
I had to get it from there. It was like a whole thing.
Well, and I don't know why we originally used Google Hangouts anyway, but I think maybe that it was something we were relatively familiar with.
I think Google Hangouts.
Well, because they used to be really like good for video calling because they were doing that whole like Google.
It was like stable, like in terms of like glitching out and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and I think originally when we were using it, it did let you directly download the videos. And then we had to transition into using YouTube because Google and YouTube Hangouts, like video stuff, kind of merged.
Yeah, that's
so then it turned into, where I had to upload them on YouTube, and then you had to download them from YouTube as basically a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So that was a mess, and we figured, merging and stuff, we might not be able to even do this anymore, like Bob just said. So that was a whole hurdle. But yeah, really going into Skype, It really has been super simple as far as just directly downloading the videos right from Skype. So yeah, it's been an up and down sort of deal for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of sums up 95 in general. And I think it's safe to say that all three of us are excited for 96, largely because we know that, and it kind of showed at the end of 95, you know, a variety of different people kind of entering the company. But 1996 really has what would end up being really like the core, like, roster of guys that would lead to the eventual huge success of the Attitude Era. One of which is at like the tail end of 96.
Yeah.
One of which is I think we're going to see very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is pretty much almost right in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny to see how it's like beginning, here's a huge, what would eventually become a huge star. About quarter of the way through, another megastar, and then right at the end, arguably the biggest star. Like crossover wise.
Yeah.
To ever come into the company or, you know, be part of the company. So
yeah, and I would say
it's gonna be
there's
fun.
Yeah, and I would say there's at least, like, even right off the top of my head, 3 guys that I'm personally really looking forward to. Probably slightly different than the 3 guys Bob is foreshadowing, but compared to the talent that comes through in 95 and 94 even, we got a lot of them. Not many have stuck or will be sticking around. So I think that's the difference. Yeah, we got a lot of talent, and, you know, yeah, there was some young, some old. It was a good mixture. But I think for 96 and really moving forward, we're going to get people who not only stick around, but like Bob said, end up being major pieces of talent for the company. So I think the overall quality will match the talent, hopefully, and just be boosted.
Yeah. But before we get into 96, we have to kind of put a bow on 1995. And I figured we can get the year-end awards for 95 out of the way here at the beginning of the show, instead of having it lost at the end of season 3, which is weird to say, or just kind of lost in the shuffle there.
Yeah.
So I know that Dallas has some stuff. Austin kind of put his head in his hands and was like, I totally fucking forgot to do it. So he'll just probably make shit up as we go here.
Yeah, probably.
The awards here, I don't remember the ones that we did for 93, 94. I don't remember.
We mix it up.
Yeah, I basically just took the ones that are from the PWI like awards. So, you know, Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team Manager, Inspirational Match of the Year, Most Popular, Most Hated, Rookie, and Feud of the Year.
Yeah.
And I think in more recent years they've added like Woman of the Year and stuff like that, but really there's only like one woman on television. So
right.
Sense of like adding that. So I'll just go from, I guess, the bottom up, because I think Wrestler of the Year probably should be the last one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So who would you guys put as your Rookie of the Year for 1995?
Dallas, the floor is yours.
Well, now I'm kind of I think this still counts, but now I was thinking twice about it. I'm going to say it anyways. I thought this was a pretty easy pick for me, and that was Jean-Pierre Lafitte. If that counts, if it doesn't count because it wasn't his actual rookie year, I took it as like the character.
That counts. It's a character.
Well, if that counts, then I think he was an easy pick in this case.
That's a good one.
And I say that because I think at first we were like, oh, it's a pirate. And then we were like, oh, it's a cool looking pirate. And then it was like, oh shit, he can work pretty good in the ring too. So I think that was a pretty easy rookie choice, at least for me when I was going through this.
All right, I think I have one.
All right, who's your Rookie of the Year for 95?
It's kind of cheating, kind of like Dallas is a little bit cheating. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, surely for potential, I'm going to say Savio Vega.
Okay.
I think Savio Vega's got a good upswing. He's a guy that I haven't hated as far as a new face, especially compared to, maybe previous gimmicks that he may or may not have been under. So I think to make that kind of turnaround and really brush shoulders with some main event stars and not really get too lost into the fold. I mean, he's still kind of somewhere in the middle of the card usually.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go Savio, although I'm sure there's people that I'm forgetting and kick myself later. But off the top of my head, Savio Vega.
This was probably one of the easiest ones for me. Ahmed Johnson, baby.
What? He's been there for like 2 weeks.
That's right, dude. I can't take my eyes off the TV screen when that motherfucker is on.
Well, you know, I see where you're coming from with that though, because he's made quite the first impression.
Yeah,
he has like star potential. When you see that guy, you're like, this guy's gonna freaking murder everyone.
It's Goldberg before Goldberg, dude.
100%.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a good pick. And you know what I think is really interesting is that all three of us just picked a different person. So I think that's really interesting. And they're all really great picks, I think.
I think they are too. I don't even know if I thought of Jean-Pierre Lafitte, to be honest.
I know, I didn't either. And dude,
Savio I did think of, but I would have probably picked Savio if he had won the Intercontinental Championship. He should have won it after King of the Ring.
I agree.
He should beat Jarrett, and then you could have elevated him. But no, we got to put it on Shawn. Because, Shawn Michaels.
Jean-Pierre is a real good one. He had arguably one of the best matches of the year.
Yeah, with Brett.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah. Let's go with inspirational.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I left this one blank. This one I really struggled with. I was like, because I took it two different ways. Of like, okay, what does this award actually like mean? Like inspirational as far as like character wise, could it be more than that or both or either one? So I personally left it blank, but like some things I was thinking of is I feel like I feel like I thought of Savio because I feel like people were really getting behind him and like really wanting him to win and that kind of stuff. And then I wanted to throw Shawn Michaels in there just because I feel like people the compassion of like he might be done in the ring, but he's fighting to try to get back into the ring and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this one I really struggled with, like, nailing it down.
Yeah, and I guess just looking at it here again off the top of my head, I maybe interpreted it a little differently. I guess for me, inspiration-wise, as far as moving into a new year, a new era, a new way of writing characters, I would put Goldust in that spot as an inspiration of maybe things to come, an era to come. I think it's a good peek into maybe the next couple of years with his character. So just off the top of my head, the way I interpreted it, I would put Goldust in that spot.
I went with Barry Horowitz.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you take it literally, I mean, the dude ends up on a pay-per-view where most stars are left off of.
Well, he's always losing.
Yeah.
And now he's actually won a couple of matches. And...
gets a featured feud. And
yeah, the crowd is like chanting for Barry. It's kind of...
right.
Probably the most over he's ever been, so...
Yeah, I think that's a fair pick.
Yeah.
I'm trying... somebody just otherwise popped up on my head. Here. There's like an underdog guy who...
I don't know why, but like I also like for some reason in my head, almost the same reason as Savio, I was thinking like Marty Jannetty after he came back because I just feel like people liked him so much and they just wanted him to like win. And
yeah,
but like I didn't think he fit the inspirational mold how I was interpreting it very much.
Right. Yeah.
I even thought, like, I mean, once again, it really depends how you want to look at it. But even, like, Fatu with the making a difference and, like, trying to keep kids off the streets and stuff.
I was going to mention him, yeah.
So I think there's potential for a lot of guys to fall in this category in different ways to look at it.
Right.
But I think this one was pretty tough.
I agree.
I think I'd like to know what is usually the most difficult one.
I'd like to know what the fans would pick for that. The fans of IcoPod. let us know.
I don't know. I don't know who else could really be an option there. But manager of the year, do we all? I would assume we all have the same one.
I don't know, do we?
Well, I'm going to say Cornette.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I did put someone else down.
Oh my God, Paul Bear, because he loves his caskets.
Nope. Listen, you guys got to hear me out for this one. I'm gonna just try to get through this in one thing. I put Mr. Fuji.
What the fuck? All right, mute.
Wait,
that
hold
was
on,
Mike.
hold on.
Mute him.
Wait, because you got to think, to have a job this long.
Oh my!
He should be the most inspirational. Keeping his job this long.
I mean, so you got to think about it like that. Like this guy, he literally comes out to the ring, waves a flag, and he's getting paid probably more than a lot of the guys who've been wrestling.
More than Cornette.
So, I mean, if you want to look at it like that, Mr. Fuji, manager of the year.
I don't know. For me, like, especially going back to 93, 94, the managers really haven't been great by any means.
Well, that's the thing, too. So that's why I kind of took, like, a funny twist on this one. Just because I was thinking, and, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I don't really like Cornette, but if we're talking about people who actually are getting it, like, doing something,
yeah,
it's got to be Cornette.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, and that seems to be the trend with early Raw is like, yeah, there's a couple sprinkled throughout, but usually there's one manager who is basically the guy you see a lot, and the guy who is at least parts of storylines with his superstars. So I think like last year, for example, I'm pretty sure I put Ted DiBiase. And then maybe before that, it was either Sherry that I picked or maybe Bobby Heenan if he was still, I can't even remember now. But yeah, it's typically every year so far you get the one manager that's actually worth even mentioning. I mean, because otherwise we've had, like you said, Fuji, we've seen, who else?
Well, so we have like Fuji, like Sonny.
Yeah.
What was it? Whippleman with a.
He's been there, hit or miss.
So he's been with Bertha Faye.
Zebekiah.
Right. Who?
Uncle Zebekiah.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Blue
true.
Brothers.
Whoa,
That's true.
that's a throwback. Holy shit!
Who was the white face guy with Jinsei Shinzaki?
Oh,
that guy.
Shinobi or whatever.
Shinobi, yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost Cornette by default.
No, I mean, like Ted DiBiase was there. If we didn't pick Cornette, I almost feel like we'd have to pick DiBiase though. To be honest.
Well, and that's why I picked him last year. He was in every segment of the TV show.
Well, that's
so, like,
Yeah.
So.
All right. Here, I feel this one. I feel like I know where Austin's going to go with this one, but let's go with feud of the year.
Okay. I'll go first again. All right. I thought I had a hard time on this one too. I really didn't know what I wanted to go with. So I ended up picking Brett and Diesel. And the reason I really did that, I think, is because we kind of like bookended. You know, because they had the match at Rumble and we had the match. It was a Survivor Series. So to bookend a year, I feel like, they didn't do a whole lot in between, and it really, the feuds weren't nothing super exciting necessarily.
Right.
But I feel like to do that is a pretty big deal. So that's why I ended up picking Brett and Diesel.
Wow, feud of the year. For once, I'm kind of at a loss.
Well, the thing here, though, is with the feuds is I feel like there's, first off, not a lot that stand out.
No,
there's none, yeah.
I actually have a second one, but I'll hold it until everyone goes. No, just think about it.
Oh man, I'm not super confident, but just judge maybe based on, I guess, match quality alone and longevity, maybe. Bull Nakano, Alundra Blaze, feud of the year.
Okay. I
think I'm going with that. I mean, storyline wise, very weak. There really isn't a storyline. But I don't know. Every time they were in the ring, we were paying attention, and at least a few good spots unfolded before our eyes. So I'm going strictly off match quality, I think, and I'm going with those two.
I'm going with the feud where it's the only thing I think of when I think of 1995, and it's Bigelow against LT.
So that's actually the one I just thought of secondly, because exactly what you just said. I mean, how can you? I mean, that was actually a storyline that. When did it start? It started at, was it Rumble? Or that
Rumble
they teased
95,
it?
yeah.
So they teased it with that, and then it went until the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's one of the
mainstream.
It's one of the few feuds that actually had
a beginning, a middle, and end.
A continued progression,
an
angle, and they actually had promos promoted, and
right.
They had the blow off and stuff like that. Now the follow up after that with the Bigelow's face turn, that was atrocious and stuff like that.
Sure,
but I feel like every week when that was going on, we would be kind of interested to see what LT had to say or what would happen. And the match wasn't bad with LT. I thought LT did pretty well.
Well, compared to what we thought it was going to be, I agree with that.
Yeah, and you have to remember back too. I mean, they were getting ratings that they had not seen in a long time for that little feud there for the couple of months leading into it. I mean, consistently Raw was getting good viewership. So obviously the fans at the time were invested as well. Bob, I'm interested to hear what you thought I was going to go with.
Me too.
Well, when we had talked about it, you were like the corporation against the WWE, against the WWF, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were like, that's the storyline. We were like, that's not really a feud, though. That's just like a stable against a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, but I mean, they've definitely cooled it off in the last couple of months. I mean, I can't even really think of a lot of standout stuff for those guys.
Well, and you know another one that I was thinking about, even not that I personally think that it was great or even worth saying it as the feud of the year, but like Undertaker and Kama went on forever.
Yeah.
And the chain...
Mabel, Undertaker Mabel.
Well, the thing is, the chain is still being used in the storyline with Mabel now.
Right.
So I think there's something there.
Yeah.
But I think Bob's probably got the most realistic one here, just because of what it is. Yeah,
and it's to kind of go back to that. I mean, typically WrestleMania angles are the feud of the year.
Yeah.
Like 94, dude, was the year of Brett versus Owen, and it was great. Loved it. Loved each interaction. Promos could be a little weak in some spots, no doubt about that. But for the most part, it was pretty congruent with the stuff that I enjoy. Two guys that I really like having pretty solid matches. So it's almost unfair to compare 95 to 94 because we didn't really get that. What we got instead was more entertainment based. So the football star meets the big scary wrestler guy. And I think all things considered, looking back, going through it, I hated it. But looking back, I think you both are right. I think we got the best we could get given the circumstance. Bam Bam at the time was probably peak Bam Bam for WWF time. I mean, winning wise, on screen wise, that's about the best WWF Bam Bam you're going to get. And LT at the time's a huge star. I mean, arguably the biggest one we've seen maybe since the start of Raw. That's what you're going to get. It's going to be entertainment based. You're not getting a match. That's not why you're booking it. You know what I mean? So it's just very different to see from year to year the direction and really the fork that WWF went into. Last year was the wrestling year. This year, let's see how the entertainment year goes. And I think that's true for the WrestleMania angles when you compare them. So yeah, I think Bob really did probably hit it on the head because there was a beginning, there was a middle, and there was an end. And you stayed relatively invested, or at least the watching audience at the time did, right up until the end. And, you know, whatever happens after that is obviously falls by the wayside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all things considered, that is a really, really good answer.
I'm curious about this one. Who would you guys say is your most hated wrestler of the year?
I got two.
Who you got?
But the first one I immediately wrote down was Mr. Bob Backlund.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but by hated, by the way, for this is not necessarily fans. It's fucking me. Who do
Yeah,
I
oh
fucking
yeah.
hate?
Right.
100%.
No, yeah.
Bob Backlund. And then my second one is Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because like he was just so annoying.
Well, and you never get him. It's like the whole point of Jerry Lawler is like, yeah, he's the coward heel, but it never pays off.
Well, that and it's just a little. He's like a little too much for me.
Yeah.
And when it's like he's on commentary, he's interviewing people. Then he's got King's Court earlier in the year, and then he's involved in the angles, and it's just like way too much Jerry Lawler for me.
Yeah. I also have two that just jump off right off the top of my head. I'm gonna say Men on a Mission, Mabel / fucking Mo, because can't stand any time that they're on screen.
That's a really good
fucking
pick.
Terrible, dude. Mo is like Mo winning matches. No, absolutely not.
One of my favorite moments was when Mo was the surprise opponent for The Undertaker.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, come on, dude. There's nobody I think I grown more for, except maybe Bob Backlund in 1995, because I groaned in 94. We're a whole year past that now.
I was never a fan of Bob Backlund. I never wanted him to win the 1993 Royal Rumble. I'll tell you that.
No,
right. Never happened.
Yeah.
And you know, just thinking of seeing, you know, quote unquote presidential candidate Bob Backlund choking out Bret Hart, inserting himself in the main event scene again, same angle, really almost same setup. It's just totally mind-boggling, and I really, really can't wait for the day that Bob reads from the Observer notes. Bob Backlund will no longer be appearing for the WWF because we're a year and a half removed from when he should have been reading that statement. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I dislike Bob Backlund more than I did Doink when Doink was really bad. And that's saying,
yeah.
because we hated seeing Doink. Doink would come on and it's like, dude, what the fuck is he still doing here? So, yeah, Bob Backlund number one for me. Close second is the Mabel Mo duo. Interchangeable.
Yeah. Mine is 100% Bob Backlund. It's not even close. You know, when we had to watch like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it was fucking Brett and Bob Backlund. It went like 15 minutes. I was like, come on. Survivor Series 94, I'm still bitter about. The fact that went almost 40 minutes.
Dude. And here's the thing. And I'll say this, because I don't want it to come off maybe all three of us really shitting on him. 94, Bob Backlund, was not good, but there was glimmers. Like he would cut a promo outside the ring, like ringside with Vince maybe or something. And it's like, okay, I can maybe buy into the character still. Crazy, off the wall Bob Backlund, who thinks he's like the champion still from 76.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? Now that we've moved into 95 and they're doing like this random, he's popping up in the crowd, he's running for president, just very bland, just total opposite character, really, as far as wild man versus campaign guy now. Totally takes me out of it. And any redeeming qualities that Bob Backlund had in 94, they are completely gone in all of 95. So it's just like, please get him out of here. So I do want to make that point.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. All right, how about most popular?
I thought this one was a toss-up as well as my most hated and a bunch of other ones I've already said. But For me, I wrote, and to this one, I took more fan wise. Like, what are the fans like?
Okay.
And that, so I chose Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels because I feel like both of those the fans were always really behind. And if one had to go more than the other, it's got to be Shawn Michaels.
Right. Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. I do think Brett's kind of fallen from grace a little bit in the fans' eyes. He's been away for quite a while, kind of in and out. Hasn't had great matches this year compared to
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, but I feel like every time he came out, the crowd was into it, and that's
Oh,
where
no doubt. No doubt.
I
But
see. I know what you mean, but I feel like that one. It was like one of those things. I feel like even there's one point during the year where you mentioned, oh, like he's not like the main star, and Bob was like, no, it's still definitely Bret Hart, even though he's not the champion. And it's like, well, it's because, well, we can get into Diesel in a bit, but it's an interesting. I think Bret was in an interesting place.
yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because thinking back now, I'm pretty sure I would have said Brett for both 93 and 94. And I think 95 is the first year that I can't say it's Bret Hart. I think without a doubt, just carrying as much as he can the ball, HBK, man. I mean, every time Shawn came out, people went nuts. Whether he was heel or face, they went nuts.
Yeah.
He would steal the segments. I mean, just even when he wasn't supposed to, he's stealing them. And for better or worse, Shawn Michaels, But I don't know, man. I think Shawn takes it this year. I think 95 ends up being kind of his, breakout. I'm going to be the guy. Might not be quite the guy yet, but like Brett's already kind of nipping at my heels a little bit because I've already kind of maybe passed him a little bit. He's, I don't know. And Brett's still the guy, don't get me wrong, but it's hard for me to say Brett. I think, if I was at gunpoint, I'm saying Shawn Michaels.
Well, I didn't go with either one.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went with Henry Godwinn.
That's the obvious choice.
I mean, if you guys saw the reaction he had in that hog pen match
in Des Moines,
Iowa. No, it's Shawn Michaels. I mean, it's pretty. As much as it pains me to say it,
I know
for not having to be Brett, it's definitely Shawn though, for most popular.
And it's booked that way.
Yeah,
it's very 95 is a very Shawn heavy year.
Oh,
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And even when you think of star power, I mean, it seems maybe for the first time in a while, almost a little thin. You got Shawn, you got Undertaker, you got Brett. Then who do you got? Diesel? I mean, kinda. Razor? Kinda, but not really. Mm-hmm. It's just the top of the card is real thin, maybe more thin than we've seen any other year.
No, I agree. I think there's just like 95 is like your top 5 guys, and it's just a steep drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the most part, so.
Right.
All right, match of the year. This one's, I feel, real difficult to pinpoint. Like, I had a really difficult time figuring this out, but I went with Shawn against Jarrett.
That's a good pick.
At Indian House 3, I think it was.
I'm hoping I'm not remembering this one wrong, but
Indian House 2.
I feel like this is the first one that came to mind. Well, I had 2 come to mind, but this one I think came to mind more. Is Brett and Bulldog in Your House 5? I think. Unless I'm really remembering it wrong.
No, that would have been Brett. Yeah, Brett and Bulldog. Yeah. With all the blood.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I remember really liking that match. So that's why that one was like, oh, okay, that was one of the better matches of the year.
Well, that definitely picked up when there was blood. Once Brett was shown to be bleeding, a shit ton. It really picked up. So yeah, that was good. That was one of the better matches, and certainly like fresh.
It just felt important.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the big things that 95 lacks is the feeling of importance. Why do I need to care about this? Why do I need to watch this? What is the feud behind this? Is there even a feud? Or did they tell us 3 weeks ago, hey, this is the match that's going to main event the pay-per-view? Why? Because we wanted to book it that way.
Yeah.
You know, so I do think that all plays into it. For me, yeah, I think I agree with Bob. It was really tough, but I can specifically remember really putting it over on the podcast. So I'm sticking with Brett and Jean-Pierre Lafitte. I can just remember that being a battle, a good wrestling match. It surprised us with how good it was.
Yeah.
And it just really sticks out, like I said on that episode, as a hidden gem. 95, that was one of the things that I was really looking forward to because I hadn't seen a lot of 95, was the hidden gems. And they're in there. You got to really dig for them. But I do think that that's one that still, you know, from us removed from 95, that still stands out to me. So that was my pick off the top of my head. Of course, anytime Bull Nakano and Alundra got together, it was a solid match. There was a great Bret Hart Hakushi match. There's been a couple.
I even like the Women's Survivor Series match too.
Sure. With how much of a car wreck that was. Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely been a couple, so it was hard. And I'm glad to say that because before we went into 95, I wouldn't have agreed. I would have said, yeah, there's probably not much here. But there was some good, decent hidden gems mixed in. And I went with the one that jumped off my head the most.
Yeah, let's not also forget the 1-2-3 Kid Sparky Plug against Smoking Guns.
Yeah.
They had a couple of good matches on Raw.
Sure.
Yeah, they did.
All right. Speaking of tag teams, how about Tag Team of the Year?
This is another one. It's just like it's ridiculously hard. Like the problem with me with a lot of these awards is like not even that it's tough to choose between them, but like I'm grasping for an answer. I'm like,
and it shouldn't be like that. That just goes to show you how thin 95 is, and it is.
Yeah. So for my Tag Team of the Year, and I don't even know if I'm fully committed on this myself, but I picked the Smoking Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I went with too.
And I think I really said that. One, I enjoy watching them. They've had the titles. I mean, they've consistently had pretty good matches, I would say. So.
No, I think really that's kind of the only answer there is. Not that I really remembered them fondly or enjoyed their stuff per se. I went with a wild card of Savio Razor. Just because it felt like at least it gave them two something to do that kind of worked, and they were kind of a credible tag team that wasn't from any years past. Off the top of my head, that's kind of who I'd pick. You could also pick Shawn Diesel. I don't know, though. It's like one of those things where I'd say for the last 2 years, the tag team division has really suffered direction or a lack thereof. There's barely any promotion of the tag team titles. Sometimes, quite oftenly, they're left off cards completely. The champions are, again, barely promoted. You half the time you don't know who the tag team champions are. And really, is there many established teams? No, there's just not. I think a case can be made for 1-2-3 Kid Bob Holly. I think they were a great kind of mixed up tag team that ended up working pretty well.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not solid in my pick, Savio Razor, but I just wanted something different. I'm grasping at straws here. Like Dallas said, off the top of your head, who is there but the Smoking Guns? So I don't know. I think overall the tag team division really, really needs help. And I feel like this is the second year in a row we're saying that. So dire straits for the WWF tag division.
I should have said Sid and Kid just because it rhymes, but I didn't. I said Smoking Guns as well. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, the final one, I guess, is probably the most important one, realistically. The Wrestler of the Year. I think it's pretty easy.
I'm gonna say
Dallas, I don't know if you're talking to us. You're muted. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm gonna say Dean Douglas.
Yeah. Okay.
I was muted because I was kicking something under the desk on accident. But what I was saying is that it's another one that I'm just kind of. For me it was like I think it's an easy pick, but is it the right easy pick? I said Diesel.
Wow.
Well, really?
And I said that because
Wow.
I mean he was champion most of the year.
He's the face of 95. Like, if they were pushing a face of 95,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. And now it was shoved down our throats. Like, look at him hanging out with the celebrities. He keeps winning. Blah, 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 all this shit. So I thought, to me, that was the easy pick as far as you know who the star of the show is. They're trying to make you think.
The WWF, if they had to hang their hat on a wrestler for 95, it is 100% Diesel. WWF wise, hanging their hat, who was 95's star? Diesel. That's what they're saying. No doubt about it. I would say, just from a work rate standpoint and in a breakout year standpoint, Shawn Michaels. Like, that would be my pick. Again, for him to kind of, in my opinion, surpass Bret Hart in popularity, have probably consistently the best matches of 95 for the most part. Usually Shawn is involved in some form or fashion. And for just the amount of segments and promotions and call-ins, and then he's at the desk and he's the manager, but he's up on the apron and he's involved. And it's like Shawn Michaels was all over WWF TV in 95. He's the first guy you see in the Raw opening, standing by himself on top of the logo dancing. He's like, for me, 95, Diesel's like the figurehead that they're showing you, but really behind Diesel, kind of waving and winking, is Shawn Michaels. Like, it's really Shawn. Like, hey, yeah, Diesel's here, guys. Look at Diesel. But by the way, it's Shawn Michaels who's the guy. So that's who I'm picking just from those facts alone.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Shawn as well. I feel as if he is one of the few guys that if you see about the card, you're like, wow, this guy's going to have a good, we're going to get a good match, at least entertaining. Brings the best out of people. And 95 is kind of his breakout year, I think, to really, I would say WrestleMania 11 was probably his coming out party in the sense of like, this guy probably should just be the world champion.
He just steps out of the shadows finally.
Yeah.
You know, because Shawn for a long time was just another guy on the card. Think of WrestleMania 9. Yeah, he was great and we were entertained with the shit Shawn was doing with Sherry, but it's just another guy on the card. You know, there was nothing special about Shawn Michaels by any means. You fast forward, now it's WrestleMania 10. The guy has a ladder match for the ages with Razor Ramon. WrestleMania 11, he, like Bob said, is basically the guy without being said. He's the guy. You can just see the natural progression, and I think he's really sped things up with just being himself. Maybe in the most inappropriate times at the expense of other stars that he's sharing the screen with. But I think Shawn really kind of made it happen in 95. Hey, he's not waiting for the ball. He's taking the ball and running with it.
Well, and to be fair, how many times did we almost see his penis live on Raw?
Well, there you go.
Dancing on the announce table, that was the one that won it over for me.
There you go. And I hate to say this, I don't know how Kevin Nash isn't a little bitter about it. Well, I guess he doesn't care about wrestling, so.
He might be.
But really, Sean kind of hung his ass out at Diesel's expense. I mean, Sean got over at Diesel's expense. Diesel's supposed to be the guy. And Sean made sure that in every segment they shared, he was walking in front of him, talking more of the promo than Diesel, holding the belt up in front of Diesel when he maybe wasn't even the champion, but he's holding the belts. You know, it's one of those things where you can really show maybe the negative personality of Shawn Michaels finally kind of surfacing. But it makes a huge difference because he's one of the guys, after all is said and done, that you really remember from 95. Like I said, he's in so many segments. It's like you can't escape Shawn Michaels in 95. You can't. He's everywhere. And there's a lot of them to go around when he's on screen. So, I don't know. That's my pick. I'm sticking with it. But Diesel can definitely be a case made for, especially from the WWF flagpole bearers. Like, Diesel was the guy. That's who they say the guy is. And, you know, you can believe it. But Shawn really kind of foiled that, in my opinion.
Well, it just goes to show you that Dallas just blindly follows whatever the WWF tells him to follow. So.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm just a fucking...
sheep boy. He's a sheep boy.
Yeah, I'm a little sheep. Put me in the pen, Vince. Put me in the pen.
You get led to slaughter.
Right.
You know, you're like, oh, cool, vacation. And then you get your throat cut. You're like, what? This is not what I was expecting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, listen. I'm glad we're done with 95. Yeah, and that we don't have to really talk about it anymore. And
no, but if you guys listening want to share your picks for awards, whatever, you can put them on our Facebook page. I'm sure we'll interact with you and tell you that you're wrong, unless you agree with me, and then I will be like, smart, good pick. But if you don't, then I'll probably just yell at you.
Well, yeah, definitely let us know what you guys would pick. But I want to throw out another one. What do you guys think, angle or character-wise, the biggest flop of 1995 is? Flop of the year.
The $1 million corporation versus the WWF.
That's a fair pick. Or maybe something that was supposed to really
I know.
But like didn't work.
I know what it is. I think whatever they were teasing with the Rhodey and Jarrett crashed and burned when they left, obviously, because they had to fucking stop it. And I think people were really getting behind Rhodey, who, by the way, I guess could have been a Rookie of the Year, by the way.
Yeah.
He could have been.
But I think that whole thing... I think that that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, oh, damn, we never really got a payoff for the teases they were doing and really anything with that.
And they were building it up big. I mean, they were getting a lot of kind of promotion as far as, the breakup or what's going to happen and, you know, are they going to, whatever. So, yeah, I would agree with that. My first instinct was to go with Mabel. You know, you give him the King of the Ring. You're going to be the main heel. Here's all the steam, buddy. Good luck. And it just totally crumbles apart in a matter of weeks. Your main heel has basically been reduced to nothing. Nobody cares. He's, not looking dominating in any fashion. I would say with the amount of money maybe that they put behind Mabel, that he ended up being their biggest flop of the year.
I don't know if my pick was necessarily supposed to be a big deal, but I think from where he was coming from, you probably had high expectations. I'm going to go with Dean Douglas.
Yeah, that was a huge flop. I agree. Yeah. Just from a personal standpoint, you see fucking Shane Douglas. It's like, dude, they can do some shit with Shane Douglas. And it's just terrible. You barely see any of them. And he's like, I want to get the fuck out of here. So, yes, 100%. I agree with that. I think that's a really good pick, too.
Yeah. So if any guys listening, if you want to share your thoughts on 95 or the awards, just send them over to the IcoPod Facebook page. I'm sure Mike Campbell will email us at icopodcast@gmail.com, and we'll see it in 4 or 5 months.
96. Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Yeah, we'll see it in about 4 or 5 months, and we'll be like, oh, hey, welcome to WrestleMania 12. Mike Campbell sent us an email. It'd be great. All right, let's get into the regular format here of Observer Notes and House Show Notes. Not a whole lot for either one here. So Royal Rumble is right around the corner, and Vince McMahon has been reaching out to some notable names about appearing at the for the Royal Rumble match itself, and those names include Dan Severn, Jake the Snake Roberts, Big Van Vader, Rick Martel, and the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh
boy.
The Ultimate Warrior 96.
Yeah. I laughed at Rick Martel just because I feel like Rick Martel is a surprise entrant every year now, ever since 93 happened. It's like, let's bring in the model.
Well, and it's like, even for him to be on Raw these days, it's like, yeah, that's what they usually do. And kind of think Marty has really fallen into that role too. But yeah, I wouldn't really call him necessarily a quote unquote surprise. Warrior though, like where could he even fit in 96? Oh yeah, he wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait, you mean he's not part of the new generation?
I think there's a lot that you could do with Warrior though. Realistically.
But is there?
I think there is.
I don't know, man.
I think there is if you're dealing with a guy that is like sane.
I think even as early as now, 96, and really 95, stars from the 80s are passe. Hogan's passe.
Well, you're not watching Nitro. I think if Warrior were to show up on Nitro, he'd probably be a better fit.
Well, sure. I agree with that. But even like Piper's passe, nobody buys Piper. Flair is kind of teetering. I think people still buy into Flair. I think people still buy into Savage to a certain extent. But, WWF wise, I mean, Bundy, nobody buys into that. There's just IRS is gone. Ted doesn't wrestle. I think it's very hard pressed to get a guy over from that era, even as early as right here. I mean, he'll be over, but fit wise and like adding to the product wise, no. I mean, I don't really see it.
Yeah. But those are some names there. Dan Severn is a UFC guy, a legend in that. Jake the Snake Roberts, obviously, is a name. And Vader had recently been in WCW, but he got fired when he got beat up by Paul Orndorff. So it'll be interesting to see if any of those names, in fact, do appear at the Royal Rumble. Here's a storyline idea that's been pitched around backstage, and I kind of chuckled at it. The idea is that Sonny has a 91-year-old husband, and he passes away, and then she uses his money to buy a heel.
Wait a second. Who is that? In pop culture, who did that?
Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, that'd be good.
I know. That's why I chuckled, because that's who I thought of, Anna Nicole Smith. I was like, that is what they're going for here.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
But then I was wondering, what would like Skip's reaction be to that?
Right. What do you do?
He'd be like, "What? You're married to a 91-year-old dude, and you got a whole bunch of money out of it? What? What's going on?"
Well, the heel thing would be to like join in with her and be like, "Yeah, good, steal the money for both of us."
Yeah, but it's a good storyline. But I bet you the reveal of the heel would be just horrible.
It'd be great if it was like Stu Hart or something.
It'd be like, Giant Gonzalez is back. It'd be like, yeah, great, Sonny.
God!
What a great selection.
No.
What's Bastion Booger doing here? Oh, he's the hired gun. It's nice.
Oh, God.
Takes him 8 years to get to the ring, but he'll get there. Last one here is the Monday Night Wars ratings update here. December 18th was the last time that they were head to head. and Raw got a 2.3 to Nitro's 2.7. Raw didn't have a show on Christmas, but Nitro did, and they ran unopposed, and they managed a 2.5.
Mm.
So,
not horrible.
House show notes. This is one house show, Anaheim, California, at the Arrowhead Pond on December 26, 1995. And it drew 6,500 fans, and it featured the following matches. Isaac Yankem DDS defeating Marty Jannetty. Goldust defeating Bob Holly. Henry Godwin was victorious over the Brooklyn Brawler. Savio Vega defeated Hunter Hearst Helmsley by disqualification. Ahmed Johnson defeated Red Rafford. Fatu and Barry Horowitz defeated Skip and Bob Backlund. WWF Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon defeated 1-2-3 Kid. WWF Tag Team Champion Smoking Guns defeated Owen Hart and Davey Boy Smith. The Undertaker defeated Yokozuna. And in the main event, the WWF World Champion Bret Hart defeated Diesel inside of a steel cage.
I'm going to that. It's a pretty star-loaded card.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that was too bad, honestly.
Some weird kind of mix-ups of matches, I would say, but for the most part, yeah, you're going to have to struggle through Undertaker Yokozuna. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I don't know if it's front row, but I don't think it's nosebleeds either. I'm getting right in the middle. I'll say that.
I would go to the show, and if tickets to the show were in my stocking, I'd be pumped.
Yeah.
I would go to that. But all right, it's that time, guys. It's time for the first ever episode of Raw from '96. Go to your Peacock app. Hopefully it works for you guys. The runtime here is 46 minutes and 39 seconds. Or as Peacock has it here, it's season 4, episode 1. I don't know how I feel about that stuff. Come on. It's not.
It's not Friends.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. But all right, I'm going to count down from 5 now. We're not watching Nitro with it because, well, Nitro's not on Peacock.
Yeah.
So, disappointment level there. But I'm going to count down from 5. When I say play, hit the play button, and hopefully we'll enjoy some Monday Night Raw for 1996. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Robbo. I love the graphics.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah. Oh, all the fans are excited for Robbo.
I think this is some of the first outside shots we've seen in a long time. Is this yeah, I guess, right? Kind of around Super Bowl time? I mean, it's in February, right?
Yeah, Super Bowl's in February, so the playoffs are going on.
Okay.
Right now.
And is the Cowboys in it, dude?
96 would have been. Well, the Cowboys are probably in the playoffs, yes, but the Super Bowl, I think, would have been the Packers and Patriots.
Can you guys give me a time check? Mine buffered, and I had to just refresh the page.
I'm at a minute and 10 seconds.
Wow, I'm way ahead of both of you. I'm at 116.
Tell me when you're at 120.
Right now.
Okay. I'm close enough. I'm at 127 now. Is that good?
How the fuck are you at 127?
I don't know, dude. This Peacock thing sucks.
Yeah, it's playing like shit.
I'm at 137 right now.
Oh my god, dude.
My thing's playing like stop motion.
Are you guys watching it on your computers?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably the problem.
Okay, now tell me when we're at 2 minutes. I'm good then. I paused.
Jesus Christ. All right. I am at 2 minutes right about now.
Okay, we're live. Smoking guns coming on.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we glossed over it, but they did the fucking Huckster and Nacho Man shit in the beginning of this episode.
I admit I only got a glimpse of it because mine. That's when I had to refresh. But yeah, dude, holy
I
crap!
feel like that was like a tease to see it later too, though, wasn't it?
I don't know, because it went quick, but they did show like the fake Hogan, the fake Macho, Mean Gene. There's a couple guys in there, and it's like we haven't seen that before.
Oh my God, Yokozuna's shirt says Raw 641 Bull, so I'm assuming that's his weight is 641.
Yeah, I believe it is. And also, I just want to comment on a couple quick things. So they ran through the paper Raw signed, which is kind of funny, and then the ring has like a mat in it that's like a football field.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fun. I think it's really random, but if this is gonna be if everyone's gonna come out in a football jersey tonight, it's gonna get old quick. But
We're getting a picture-in-picture here with Brother Love backstage cutting a promo on God knows
Yeah, that
what.
happened about 6 seconds ago, Austin, but it's all right.
Well, I'm not fucking with it because as soon as I do, dude, it ain't gonna work.
oh look, so Savio Vega's jersey says Raw Uno Bowl, and then Razor says Raw 4 Bowl as he throws up like the 4 life hands. Oh look, there's a fan here on the sideline. Oh wait, no, that's Goldust.
That's
Sure.
Oh shit, he just beat him up.
Okay,
Now
so
we'll get Austin's delayed reaction in about 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, he hits the guy with the thing.
So they
there's Goldust sitting right next to the stage there with his little chair.
Maybe I should have downloaded the episode, huh?
Oh, you can do that on Peacock, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that next time. Oh, look at there's like gold flowers and stuff. They fell out of the box. It seems like Goldust may have a crush on Razor Ramon.
See, I'm just watching it on my TV and I don't have any problems. I couldn't even get it to load on my computer. I was like, oh my God.
Well, listen, I'm just going to tell you guys now, full transparency. I watch on my computer because social posts is while I do it live, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to warn you right now. This is the first episode of IcoPod in a long time that is not going to have any because I can't. When I screenshot it, it's just black.
Wow.
So I apologize for all of our fans who are going to be really sad, but I guess Bob and Austin are going to have to help find some pictures to post from here on out because I can't post anything.
Oh wow. Well, I could send you the episode through Google Drive or something.
We'll talk off air.
Okay.
I think these guys' jerseys are the coolest ones. These black ones here.
One timeout per team can be used at any time. Team is eliminated when a teammate is pinned, disqualified, count out, or submits. Earl Hebner is dressed up like he's a NFL referee.
Listen, I can get behind like the funny jerseys and the mat and even Earl's outfit.
Tagged in anytime. This
but
is
now there's like rules. Like this is stupid shit.
Yeah, he's got a flag, so there's once tag physical contact must be okay. Austin, you were saying you like Sid and Kids jerseys?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are the best ones. So is this it's a 4-way tag team match?
Yeah, it looks like it. Now, what's weird about this to me, as Bart Gunn is facing off of Owen Hart to start us off, is that I feel like this would be perfect as like Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the theme would make sense. Now, I've never understood this when they tag in people on the same team. Like, you would just fall down and just get pinned, and then your team wins.
That's a really good point. Or, just tag someone else so you don't have to fight your partner.
Yeah. What? They're like dancing. Oh, now they tag in Owen and Yokozuna. Oh, boy.
Wait, so are they going to wrestle? I guess so. That's stupid. Then why? You're supposed to be wanting to win with your fucking partner.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You should just drop down and just let him pin you, and then you win.
Well, Yokozuna, I thought he was about to take a shit in the ring as he was squatting over, but he's not. Owen coming off the ropes, ducking the
makes
line,
no sense.
ducking it back up.
Yoko's like glad that he's got to wrestle Owen. He's like, yeah, I'm here for it.
I've been wanting to do this for weeks.
Yeah, like what?
This guy's
Why is he so down to do it?
This guy's been pranking me for months, calling me like a Domino's delivery driver at 3 a.m. at the hotel, and I don't like Domino's. That's like what's going on with him. Here's Savio Vega. This is a rematch from King of the Ring.
Bring back bad memories. King of the Ring.
That was a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, this is really not playing good at all.
Well, if you guys couldn't tell who are listening, this is our first episode watching live on the Peacock Network.
I didn't think it would be this bad. WWE Network plays better than this.
Mine's finally working. I had a little trouble in the beginning. I think it was because my page was sitting too long, like idle.
Yeah.
Before we played.
Yeah, that will do it.
Usually I do try to refresh or make sure it plays before we start, and I thought I did. At least checked it. But here we are.
I have a question for you guys.
Hit me.
Do I come across as if I'm drunk on the show?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's partially like you're just so relaxed, dude. Now, we've mentioned it before. Bob is currently laying in bed recording. So, like, you're so relaxed. You're half asleep. When we were just talking about the awards, you look like you were pissed with every answer I said, I think. And you're just chilling, man.
Yeah. No, so I asked that because Screech messaged me today. And he goes, dude, you need to be drunk more often on the podcast. And I was like,
holy shit.
I've never been drunk on the podcast. And he was just like, mm-hmm. And I wanna point out, okay, this was about a week ago. I was talking to Screech. And I've known Screech for probably close to 10 years now.
Yeah.
And he texts me and he goes, by the way, I should probably give you my phone number. And he finally gave me his phone number. After many, many years of not having it. So
well, I have friends who I gave my number to, and they still message me on Facebook. I'm like, bro, just
I didn't text him. I was like, hey, it's Bob. I'll still talk to him through Facebook.
Yeah.
I saved his number and everything, but I don't care.
Yeah. Do you guys think that they're gonna keep this football match the whole show, or this is the one Raw Bowl match, and then that's over?
I think it'll be this match, and then they'll pull it out of there.
I guess I didn't realize that Raw Bowl meant that it was like a match. I thought it was just like the theme of the show.
So did I. Yeah.
Why is Jay Law using binoculars?
Well, because when you're up in the stands in football, you know, I go to so many football shows that you wear the
football
binoculars.
Shows, he says. Football shows.
It's all a show. It's all a show.
Shows. Oh my god.
It's just like I like going to those baseball shows at the stadium too.
Yeah. Right.
Except I got food poisoning once. No, they ate $2 hot dogs one day.
You like to go to the baseball shows at the theater, at the baseball theater, not baseball stadium. You're one of those people.
No, it's a stadium, and I usually go to those when the wrestlers there, so I can meet them.
Yeah, if Lillian Garcia's at Sky Chief Stadium, I was just about to be there.
Dude, I remember. I remember one time. I've gone to my fair share of local baseball games, and I didn't go to one. And like Sergeant Slaughter was there, and I thought to myself, I was like, I bet you fucking Dallas is gonna go to this fucking game. And sure enough, on Facebook, I see a goddamn post of Dallas being like,
maggots.
I'm in the corp of Cobra Clutch with Sergeant Slaughter. And I'm like, oh my god, it figures.
Well, listen.
And then I text you, and you're like, dude, yeah, I was in line till like the 5th inning, and you guys like left.
Well,
oh my god.
Well, so Sergeant Slaughter was the first wrestler I ever met on accident at one of those games. So the fact that he came back, I was like, oh, I didn't get a picture at the time because it was too expensive. And this one was free, so it was even better. So of course I had to go.
Right.
Sid hammering away on Savio, but Savio coming back, he's going to go for, oh, no. He's trying to go for a slam. We almost had our Hogan Andre moment there, but he couldn't quite get him.
I like Sid with the football paint. I think it's fitting.
Well, this should be his new gimmick. Sid, I don't know, tight end.
I don't know, tight end.
I don't fucking know either.
Well, but let me just
Sid the
expose.
linebacker.
Wait, why? What's a tight end?
Well, tight end is just it's an offensive player.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I don't think I could see Sid as a tight end.
Well,
If Sid's a tight end, does that make 1, 2, 3 kid like a cornerback?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Well,
Insecurity there during the commercial. I guess Owen hit an insecurity.
The first thing that keeps coming to my mind is like baseball shit. So that's how much I can remember the names of all these positions and stuff of sports because I don't watch any.
Yeah, Fox Sports.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys do in your spare time if you don't watch sports. Nice.
I don't watch TV ever.
I don't. I
What do
watch
you do?
I only watch wrestling on TV,
Oh.
and besides that, I sit on my computer and I edit screenshots I take during IcoPod and TNA Across the Line podcast, and I post them for like hours and hours.
What do you do, Austin, if you don't watch TV?
I'm more so a YouTube
Oh,
sort of guy. I mean,
I can get sucked into YouTube.
yeah, and I typically do. I've been writing a lot, which is taking up a lot of time. I don't know, man. I like just sitting around. Not necessarily watching stuff, but just sitting around. I also live in Florida, so like I can go outside, which is nice.
I think I can go outside right now.
Well,
In fact, I can't wait to go outside.
I hate outside.
We're
Yeah.
grilling tonight, so I'm ready.
I hate it.
grilling tonight. What are you grilling?
Chicken kebabs.
And you have a grill?
Oh, well, I'll tell you about my shopping.
Is it the
spree.
SummerSlam grill?
Oh shit! I should have used my SummerSlam grill. No, I can't use that, and you know it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the guy on one of his first nights at his new house, grilling and just pissing off the neighbors.
No, we met the neighbors. They're very nice.
Are they old?
Well, not the one we met. We haven't met the other one yet, but
How old are they?
they have kids. So I mean, well, their kids are older, so they're not. I would say they're probably early 40s, late 30s, if I had to take a guess.
Oh,
Just
geez.
So
put
in
a
that-
fart bomb in their mailbox.
Oh, look at this. Razor Ramon picking 1, 2, 3 kid up. Is he gonna hit Razor's Edge? Is Earl's blowing the whistle? Oh, well, he hit it.
What is he?
No,
Why
did
would
somebody-
he?
Somebody called the timeout.
Oh,
What the fuck? You just threw a flag as Ted is on the apron. What the hell?
wait, what is happening?
This is stupid.
Oh, look, he called a timeout. He said, "Okay, yep."
Well, you get
Wait,
one time
wait.
out.
Play has just resumed as Sid came in from behind on Razor, and now 1, 2, 3 kid. No, he's not gonna win with that clothesline, is he? Oh,
The fans got to be shitting on this, aren't they?
Wait a minute. So are they
What?
eliminated, or did they just win the match?
No, I think they won.
Wait, why
Where the
did
hell were
nobody
the other
run in?
teams?
Sitting on the apron. That was dumb shit. Holy crap,
Savio-
man.
No, it says Raw Bull continues. Savio's saying that he called a timeout, but Earl's like, I didn't see it. Which makes sense. A lot of that happens a lot in football. They're like, no, you didn't. And it's like, yeah, I did.
Oh, so you're saying,
Here's an instant replay. Did Savio call a timeout?
jeez.
That's what we got to find out here. The flag is on the ground. Razor to the Razor's Edge, and then he's going to be like, what the hell, guys? I just did this.
They're taking it to the review booth.
Yeah, so here we go. Sid is dragging Kid. Savio standing there. Hasn't done it yet. Still hasn't done it yet. Still hasn't done it yet. Still hasn't done it yet. He called timeout. You can't call timeout in the middle of a pin with his back turned. Come on, Savio.
Bull.
What the hell? So this is definitely an elimination. I would not have guessed Ramon and Savio would be the first team eliminated.
Yeah, so much for my team of the year for 95, huh?
Well, it's a new year, dude.
Yeah.
Go get him, Owen.
Well,
This sucks.
this is making me sad right now. So
Mr. Fuji is Dallas's manager of the year. He's been standing at ringside the entire time, doing nothing.
well, let me tell you, if he makes it through 96 all the way, he might win it again.
There's no.
He might win it again.
There's no way.
I mean, you just never know here, and that's the amazing thing is that it's you just don't know. Mr. Fuji, look how good he's doing. He's just standing there. He's like a statue made of marble.
Crazier things have happened, I guess.
This match is going quite a long time here.
Are you surprised?
I mean, kinda.
I'm not.
I was hoping it wasn't elimination, but fuck me, I guess.
Well, I didn't realize it, I guess, so I'm kind of sad now because I have a feeling this is going to go most of the show.
Yeah.
If this goes like freaking 30 minutes, I'm gonna cry.
Well, I hate to tell you, but we're already 18 minutes and 20 seconds in.
No, we're not.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yep, we sure are, man.
Oh my god.
Dun, 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 dun,
How the hell? This feels like it's been 9 minutes.
You know, we've been having such a great time together tonight. It's just been really great talking to you guys that the time has just flown by.
No.
I cannot believe. So we still have 2 This match is the whole show.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and for those keeping track, Bob's on his second drink.
What? I've been drinking a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
With some Jack.
Wink, wink,
No.
Screech.
Oh, Billy pushed
That
Owen
fuck
into
Screech.
Yokozuna and then
Shit.
gets kicked in the head by
I
1, 2, 3
hate
kid.
Screech. I
Spinning
officially
neckbreaker.
I hate Screech.
Don't say that. Screech is going to come on for their next WCW bonus episode.
No, he's not.
So never. Cornette takes a bump on the apron there.
You know, so this is funny. This is I've learned something actually today. So I thought this entire time that, oh my god, he's gonna kill Owen. Yeah, Bonsai dropped Owen. That's not good. I thought this entire time that that Screech had like a flip phone, you know, where you had to use like, you know, minutes and you couldn't text after 9 or something.
Well, his messages come up green, so.
So you could.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't text him. But anyway, he was saying that he was listening to the podcast at work, which would mean that he definitely isn't using a flip phone because I don't
Right.
think they would hold that much audio.
Right.
But he could be just downloading them onto a CD and using like a Walkman.
That's true.
That could be happening. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know how I feel about knowing that Screech has apparently upgraded his phone to listen to us on the move.
He's listening through Napster.
Oh, wow.
He probably still has LimeWire on his computer.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you?
Damn,
Although
those are
I
the
did
days.
think I was cool at one point, and I updated to Frostwire.
Well, wait, to be fair, I think Frostwire got more popular because LimeWire either stopped working or stopped being as good, so it kind of switched.
Yeah,
You almost had to go to Frostwire.
I will say that for the record. It
Sick
was
with
like the blue version of the green LimeWire.
Do you remember? Oh, Billy kicks out a Sid's pin. Which, by the way, I don't know if he said it, but Owen Hart and Yokozuna are gone.
Yeah, they got eliminated.
Well, Yoko was calling a timeout though on the floor, and Earl just proving to be a really bad referee.
Well, did they use their 2 timeouts?
They get 1.
Okay, did they use their 1 already?
I don't think so.
I'm having trouble following it, so I really don't know.
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
And not even because we're talking. Even when they were reading the rules, I didn't get it.
My playback just fucking blows, so I don't know.
But what I was going to say, I remember, Frostwire, LimeWire, whatever. I remember you remember downloading the things and you'd get like a fake FBI thing.
All the time. Or it'd be like Nixon saying sorry for Watergate, or like it'd be like a presidential speech. Like,
Yeah.
what the
Well,
fuck
I
is-
feel like the FBI shit scared me as a kid at first. It was like, oh man, I'm in trouble. You're gonna knock on the door, my mom's gonna be like, Dallas, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, you download like Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm fucked.
That's funny.
I'm going to jail at what 12 years old, whatever it was.
They're gonna
Shit.
put me in pirate jail.
You guys are
kick up.
criminals. I've never illegally downloaded anything in my life.
No, why would you? I mean, unless you're like a piece of shit scumbag.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not at all.
Oh, what a hit by Psycho Sid onto Billy. Sid's looking at the camera like, do you want ramen noodles tonight? Yes, you want ramen noodles because my hair looks like them. Chicken flavor, of course. It's the best one.
You know what blows my mind is I keep like hitting the 10-second fast forward button, and I'm still behind you guys by like 30 seconds.
What's your time at?
I'm fast forwarding again. I'm gonna go to 23:25.
No, that'll be a little bit ahead.
Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of me.
Pause it, and I'll tell you when we get there.
Well, dude, no, it freezes, so it's
Oh.
like it's gonna slow down. I'll be behind
Oh,
you again. Don't
chokes.
worry.
Sid
It was
with
a
a
choke slam.
huge choke slam.
Pin him.
What do you
Pin
think
him.
of that, Ashley? He's like, yeah,
Who's Miss Raw?
that's Ashley.
Oh, okay. Good thing.
Yeah, I put curlers in the middle of my head, so what?
Come on, Sid. You gotta pin him. He's gonna lose with it by inside cradle.
Big
Oh.
boot to Bart off
Yeah.
the apron.
Holy shit, Austin's caught up, guys.
What's going on here now?
Teddy.
Oh.
Teddy's on it. 1, 2, 3 kid. Top rope. Bart's distracting the referee. Razor Ramon came out. He shoved Kid
Razor
on-
was late though. Did you see it? 1, 2, 3 kid had to pretend he's like stumbled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God. Vince is just yelling, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
well,
Ah.
for those keeping track, that match just ended, and now we're at 24-28. So
Billy
Bob,
Gunn gets the pin on Psycho Sid, dude.
I wanna
What?
it didn't quite go 30 minutes, but close enough, I'd say.
I love how they're all having a major temper tantrum. Like they're 5 years old. Kid is crying on the floor. Ted was throwing a hissy fit. And then Sid was like slamming his feet on the ground.
Well, to be fair, I mean, 1, 2, 3 kid is about 5 years old here, so.
Yeah.
Is that,
What's
like
your thing?
is that a coaster on top of like their TV monitor?
It's
It
like a
looks
shitty sticker that they
Yeah,
printed
what
out.
the hell is that?
It looks like they printed it out backstage with an inkjet and then slapped it on. They cut it out, put a piece of tape under it, like a rolled
Yeah.
piece of tape in the middle. That's why the edges are peeling off.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait. Shawn Michaels is going to announce whether or not he's retiring. Oh, they say next week or? Well, the Wrigley's halftime report. Yeah, let's hear it.
Why did
Better
they
not.
pay a full fucking school band to be here?
What in the world is this?
This is a graphical nightmare here with
Well, it's me, Doc Hendricks here, and we're at the Raw Bowl. And if you're not excited about this show, don't worry, because you're not fucking alone.
this is so 1990s.
This looks like one of those high school like morning announcements things.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sitting in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, wait a second. Diesel versus King Mabel tonight. We have a countdown. He's going to talk for another minute and 47 seconds.
Look at JR awkwardly standing there. Men's locker room. I'm at the
Why
men's
is he
locker
wearing a
room here.
coat and gloves backstage? Is there no heat?
We couldn't afford to keep the heat on, so god damn it, I got my coat on back here.
Diesel and King Mabel. Oh my God.
Awesome.
I
Royal
like
Rumble.
this Royal Rumble logo. I don't know why, but I like it.
I do
No,
too.
it's a cool one.
It's good. Bret Hart defending the world title against Undertaker at the Royal Rumble.
Fuck you.
Undertaker's picture there has his hands out like he's trying to grab some boobs.
That
Ahmed
Royal-
Johnson, Jeff Jarrett. All right, sign me up.
Okay.
The Royal Rumble logo here reminds me of that game where you put like the different shaped pieces in the board before it pops.
Oh shit.
They're like the yellow pieces with the little peg on them, and you gotta put it on the board.
Perfection.
That's what it reminds me of.
Where's Todd? I miss Todd Pettengill.
Yeah, I like Todd more than fucking Doc. Dick Hendricks.
Oh my god, he's even using football lingo. Royal Rumble's when you gotta throw somebody over the top rope and both feet hit the out of bounds.
That's so stupid. 11 seconds left of this shit.
Yeah, see, you're already ahead of me.
I don't understand how that happens.
Because my shit is not running good. If you can hear, you could probably hear my computer heavy breathing like it's a fucking chain smoker over here while it plays this shit.
What is this? Are they showing this match again?
It's an Arkansas hog pen match.
Come on. Is Bob making us watch a clip show again?
Pretty much, dude.
I would never. Are they really? What? No, they're not. They're not going to show the whole thing.
No. I think it's clips, but like, what the heck?
Come on, you don't like this? You better like this.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if I was somebody that bought In Your House 5 and I'm watching Raw and they're showing this stuff for free, I'd be a little annoyed probably.
Yeah.
Bull.
Poor Tony Chimmel there getting slopped.
The slop drop.
I think they're showing the match.
The whole thing. No way.
They can't show the whole thing, I don't think, and also have Diesel and Mabel unless it's going to be a 5-minute match.
Is it the slop drop?
Actually, guys, this is a really good point. We were thinking that King Mabel was going to be done, but here he comes on the show today.
Well, you got to remember, this was recorded.
Well, I know, but remember? Because he lost the, casket match, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
What's your time check?
I am at 29 minutes and 41, 42, 43 seconds.
Yeah. Me too.
So you're already way ahead of me.
Well, we're just watching the Hogpen match that we already covered on our In Your House 5 episode.
I know, but I'm fucking annoyed with fucking P-Dick screwing up. I thought the network was bad. I should have counted my fucking blessings here. It's also making my computer run really hot. Like it's having a hard time streaming this shit.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
So I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I can't believe that they're showing this whole match. This was almost Austin's match of the year, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it was the match of the year, so thanks for listening. Piece of shit.
What? God, you're so mean, dude.
I'm pretty soured on Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I think. Talk about a flop. I mean, what has he really done? Anything?
No. Like, literally, he's done nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say he's accomplished nothing. Yeah.
Guys, still to come. A sleeping huckster.
Have you guys have watched those sketches, right? Or no?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while, but yeah, I've seen him.
I don't remember the last time I watched them.
Whoever they got to act out the characters probably have never seen the real characters in their whole life. Because the guy, for example, who plays Macho Man does not act anything like Randy Savage. Same for like the Hogan guy.
Well, that's Randy Hogan.
It ain't good.
Are they still showing the Okay. So it's definitely clipped then. Right?
Yeah, because this
Now
is
they're
right
at
at
the
the.
hog.
This looks like it's right at the finish.
Yeah. All right, thank God. I would have been upset.
I can't believe they used this on here.
Well, I think this just shows you that they don't have a lot of content, like original content. So they're just like, hey, let's just put pay-per-view matches on, and then we'll be fine. Here we go. Yeah, great backdrop. But then Helmsley's like, no, I'm going to land on top. Blah, blah, blah. Regains his footing.
What is this April 24th shit? Has anybody seen this?
Yeah, it's not good. Apparently, guys on TikTok are saying that April 24th is like National Sexually Assault Someone.
I've literally
What?
never heard anything about that.
Yeah.
Well, people just keep like sharing this shit April 24th, and there's never any context.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of girls are saying like be careful April 24th because
Oh my god.
these guys are trying to get it to trend where you can do that.
I've
And
literally
like,
never
why?
seen that.
Well, who in their right mind would want to do that? I don't understand.
Or like publicly be like, yeah, I'm celebrating this. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Like I don't understand. Like if I were to go into work and be like, guys, I'm so happy about today. Why,
Yeah.
Bob? Because it's Nationally Sexually Assault Someone, and I'm just waiting. I'm just picking the right moment.
Yeah, like what?
No, I want to make it good. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's some silly shit. Not
We're
silly,
still
it's
getting
stupid
the
as
hog
fuck.
pen match, and I feel like I'm getting sexually assaulted in my eyes having to watch this shit again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it hasn't been good.
They've already showed the finish. Like, why are we dragging this out?
It's gone from night to day in my room since we started this match. Or day to night, I should say. It's fucking dark now.
Yeah.
Well, I assume the only other match we're going to be getting is the fucking Diesel one, right?
I would assume. I can't
And-
believe they're doing this.
Well, and I was just going to say, how are you getting people to buy the replay if one of the only matches they wanted to see was this one? Now you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. Because as a fan, I'd be like, why order Royal Rumble? Because maybe they'll show the matches on Raw.
Oh my god.
It's a weird business model here.
Here, how'd you like that little prelude of the Nacho Man biting the Slim Jim?
Well, I guess we'd be getting that skit probably too.
Oh yeah, we're due. We're due for it.
Speaking of which,
Maybe I'm ahead of you guys now. I don't know.
yeah, you sure are because
I just saw it.
snapped into it.
I changed it to full screen and it's been playing a little bit better. So. But every time I move my mouse, it starts fucking up. So I ain't doing it.
Oh. Come on, you don't need to see it. End it. Have him land on the pigs and murder them, and then go from there.
I have to be honest with you. I didn't know that's why his name was Henry O'Godwin until right fucking now.
Are you kidding?
Really?
No, I didn't know for real.
That's awesome.
Because its fucking acronym is HOG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I never knew that until this very second where they just showed the nameplate and it was spelled like that.
Well, since listen, I'll tell you something that might make you feel a little bit better. I think I might have mentioned it to Bob before, or maybe even on the show. I don't remember. But it took, I don't know when it was, a few months back at this point. I had the realization that Six Pac's name was Six because 1, 2, and 3 add up to 6. And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It took me well into my 20s to realize that Paul Bearer was a play on the Paul Bearer.
That one's pretty out in the open there, Bob.
Well, it took me till about 25 to be like, oh, he's a Paul Bearer.
Get it?
Get it. It's pretty funny.
Controversial.
Oh.
Graphic.
Oh.
I just like that, like, pig shit probably got in Hunter Hearst Helmsley's cut on his back.
If that's not a prime candidate for a staph infection, I don't know what is.
Raw.
Because watch, he gets up and then he falls in it, and then literal pig shit's gonna get into the cut. He is pig shit in his blood right now.
100%. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Controversial.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Next
Graphic.
Don't spoil what it is yet. We're not all there.
Championship.
Oh.
What is so controversial?
Next week.
Raw. Now it's on Raw. Really? Oh, no.
They're showing that match too next week?
Next
Harvard's
week.
Bulldog.
And then next week it's what? Jeff Jarrett and Hakushi? Oh my! Is this their new trend where they're just going to show us pay-per-view matches and one feature match or a couple of feature matches?
Well, here comes King Mabel.
Jeff Hardy's back
Yeah.
is breaking while he's
I was just going to
carrying
say,
his
there's
ass.
Jeff Hardy.
Is that Jeff Hardy?
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy.
Right there, yeah.
That is definitely Jeff.
Poor guy.
Fuck King Mabel, dude.
This guy's a
Oh, by
star.
the way, the mat is still the NFL field, so good call, Dallas. It did stay the whole time.
Oh, wow.
It did. I thought it'd be just for the one match.
Me too.
Guys, how come we didn't see Quang this episode?
Because he's not. Well, actually, we did technically. He's Savio Bay.
No.
What is Brother Love talking about? Nothing. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, see how those guys have their black glove? That means Diesel will touch them.
Oh, of course. He...
Dun, 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 dun.
Watch out, Diesel's a truck! Oh my god.
I wish he acted scared or something. Ah!
I wish that there was an actual truck and it was like driven by Waylon Mercy or something and he just ran him over.
Fucking Waylon Mercy. Talk about a flop, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, although I don't know if any of us had very high hopes for him.
No, I certainly didn't. When I saw him bend down and refuse to bend his
Well-
knees, I knew it was over.
I think the vignettes kind of hyped it up like, oh, this guy's going to be interesting. And then, well, yeah.
Why you gotta be so mean? It's me, Waylon Mercy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Why you gotta be so mean to me? I'm Waylon Mercy. My name is Waylon. Waylon Mercy.
Yeah,
Why
Diesel's
gotta be
fucking
so-
hitting a squash match right here, dude.
He just big booted him. One.
Fuck yeah.
Well, all right. He's okay. Well, he's done. He's done.
Fuck
That's the last
yeah.
time we see King Mabel. There's no way he
Well, hold
is
on.
back.
I just turned around and turned the light on, and I nearly missed that entire match.
Yeah, he just hit a big boot and pinned him, and now he's dropped Mo with a jackknife. So that's the end of that, right? I mean, that's what that is.
Fucking thank God, dude. If Diesel is Big Daddy cool, can Mabel be Big Fatty cool?
That would be, and then put him in the same gear and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why
Do we
not?
want to have him in the same gear? I mean, maybe he eventually does wear the same gear as Big Daddy V.
I mean, yeah.
So
Diesel then hit the rest of his entrance after winning the match.
yeah,
I'm down for that. That was your other featured match of the night, and it went
Oh,
fucking 4
God.
seconds. Let's go back to some pay-per-view replay here, Vince.
and to think that was the SummerSlam '95 main event.
Oof.
Yeah, right.
It went 7 seconds.
Oh no, they're getting an interview with these. Hey, listen, King, shake my hand there. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. I'm too cool. I'm gonna get this blonde here who's not Pamela Anderson, but she's a lot cheaper. So come on over here, honey. we're gonna walk this way towards the Spanish.
Oh, I'm gonna give it to her raw tonight. Am I right? I ain't wearing no glove on this hand. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, getting graphic here on IcoPod.
I like that Jerry Lawler's really pissed, but like she was too old for him anyway.
Yeah.
What's Kevin Nash yelling here at the camera?
I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell.
Those cheerleaders are more of Jerry Lawler's age range.
Oh yeah, why do you think they got booked?
But we have a trophy presentation, it said.
For what?
I don't know.
A trophy presentation for something.
Or,
Smoking guns.
oh, to the Smoking Guns.
Hey, there's Ahmed Johnson.
Marty Jannetty.
Brooklyn Brawler's got his own cutout.
Oh, that's the trophy.
Is that
isn't
the
it?
trophy?
Yeah.
I like how Hakushi's just in the corner.
Hey, I don't speak English. Oh fuck! They just destroyed it.
Well, now they did.
Okay, come on, Brooklyn Brawler. Brawler just tried to attack them, and there's 7 other people in the fucking locker room.
How'd
What
you
is
like
that?
that product
That's brisk.
placement?
Yeah, brisk. Jesus.
Brisk straight in the cooler. Not even bottles of Brisk. Just Brisk.
I like that they go, he just dumped Brisk on him.
Well, what are they doing? They're just putting like styrofoam cups in there and scooping out
I was
Brisk
gonna
out of a
say,
cooler?
how's that working?
What
Yeah.
are you doing? Oh man, that makes some sense.
Well, it was half empty, so somebody's been drinking it. Brisk is good shit.
No, I don't like Brisk. I
don't
like real
any
tea.
iced tea. No, man, screw all that.
I
January
like
21, Fresno, California, 7 Eastern, exclusively on pay-per-view, unless you watch it the next night, probably for free.
Fucking apparently.
Diesel, Owen, British Bulldog,
Wow.
Dory Funk Jr.
What the hell?
South Omega, King Mabel's gonna be there. Bam Bam Bigelow, okay. Barry Horowitz, Yokozuna, Tatanka.
Hey,
Well, he must have got cleared from charges.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, and that's it. But that's Vader.
the fuck?
Oh.
Oh,
shit.
this is weird.
Look at my titties. Him moonsaulting on a trampoline.
Why do
What
they keep
time?
showing him in a field?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's on a trampoline, dude.
He did look pretty badass in that vignette. I'm
2
not
in
gonna
the
lie.
pink and 2 in the stink, baby. What time is it? It's Vader time.
It's gonna be weird with Vader on WWF TV, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird. I don't know if I really like that vignette very much.
I didn't mind it.
It's all right. Shawn Michaels press conference next week. And we're going to get the encore of Brett against British Bulldog. Oh, great.
British Bulldog.
So that's another, 22 minutes of just repeated material? That's great. Oh, Billionaire Ted's Wrestling War Room.
Well, we need more action from our stars.
They have some suggestions.
Okay.
Okay.
This
Hey,
first
Smith
movie
Russo.
is holy crap.
Vince Russo's in these. I didn't realize that.
They're showing like Ahmed doing the Pearl River Plunge, jackknife by Diesel.
2 out of the 3 guys they just showed will be on WWF or WCW TV this year.
Right.
So that's pretty funny. Mean Gene's there.
Just said,
I
okay,
love
what
how
can you boys do?
I love how Huckster's shirt is on backwards.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's great.
That's ridiculous.
The new generation, yet they just promoted that Dory Funk Jr. will be in the fucking Royal Rumble. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
dude.
Fuck them for that.
Yeah. Nah, dude.
Okay, well,
Dory Funk Jr. is like Alex Wright.
That's bullshit that they did that.
Right, just a hater, dude.
No, listen, I know it's going to be a slow build here in 96, but that was a real shitty start.
That was a bad episode of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
I'm depressed.
And you know what? You know what I can't wait to look forward to? Is seeing Brett and British Bulldog again on Raw next week. Because, man,
Yeah,
if
what is that bullshit, dude?
Like, are you serious?
It's just lazy. It's them feeling like they just need to fill time. I don't know. It's bullshit. Maybe you can't download episodes of TV. I don't know. I know you could download movies.
I thought you could download this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for offline, whatever, right?
That's what I was hoping.
Offline viewing, yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing an option.
Well, I'll tell you, for the first episode of Raw for the year, like you guys were saying, pretty disappointing. It had some intrigue with like the angle of Raw Bowl, I guess. But really beyond that, when it actually came to the delivery of that match, it was a cluster. I don't really think anybody came out looking better than they did before as far as overness. If anything, I think it killed the heat between a lot of the people. I think the tag teams fought themselves more than they fought other teams. So, I don't know. I think overall it was pretty much a lackluster first episode of 96. I mean, how much new content and new programming and new angle development did we really get? Not a whole hell of a lot. We got some promotion for the Rumble, which was good. Glad they're starting here, because if not, they're going to start running out of time pretty fucking quick to be promoting that pay-per-view. But all things considered, man, I don't know. And maybe one positive we can take out of this episode is that King Mabel is seemingly done in the main event scene.
I would hope so.
I mean, yeah, especially after that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Not a great episode for sure.
Yeah, it's getting a thumbs down for me.
I think that's fair. I'm pretty disappointed, by the way, that you can't download episodes, because it's going to make the watch throughs of these pretty brutal, if that was any indicator.
We just know that there will eventually be a light.
So,
yeah. Dallas, you're saying it's a thumbs down as well, or what?
Oh, yeah, man. And you know what? If they took out the replay of the Hogpen match, maybe they could have done something that would have made me like it a little bit more. But that literally just killed everything for me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah, it's like you're ballooning up the whole middle section of the show with that. And they played virtually the entire match. It wasn't just like, oh, let's play the last dramatic 3 minutes of the match. Like, no, it was like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Including the aftermath of it all. And it's like, well, is it really that important? Probably not.
Yep.
Say what you want about the vignette. I'm excited to see Vader on weekly TV. I think it's a much needed heel on screen main event wise that we're going to really, really need. And it's going to feel really weird. And I kind of like that. I like that it's going to feel like, why is this WCW guy on WWF TV? Because really, before Vader, maybe Flair you could say that with, but this feels big. Like, wow, Vader on WWF TV weekly? It's just, I think it's one of those moments in time where we're going to see this more and more often, where these guys are kind of jumping between shows, and this star's over here now, and what kind of impact is that going to make? I think it's important to kind of really note Vader's vignette here.
Well, and I think it's also important to point out that he's coming in as Vader.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like Dustin Rhodes, who they're like, gold dust.
Yeah.
Like, no,
that's a good point.
Vince literally said the man they call Vader. I mean,
right.
It's him.
It's his outfit. It's his mask. Nothing has changed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Dustin, if Dustin Rhodes would have came into WWF as Dustin Rhodes, if it would have as much of an impact.
Well, no, I don't think so either. And I think the hindsight helps with realizing that a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vader to me feels like a big deal. Like, wow, Vader's coming in. He's been like a main event guy for WCW
I'm
for
excited.
the last couple of years.
I'm excited for him. I've always been a Vader fan. So, and he's got a whole. I mean, how many fresh matchups does the guy have here?
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah.
this is something they need for the main event scene. So I think it's gonna help to bring in a pretty well known name
Right.
into the mix.
I think having a guy like Vader coming in and debuting at the Royal Rumble, as a viewer, you're probably thinking he's a favorite to win it.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
Could you imagine?
Brett's your champion. It's like, okay, we're gonna get Brett Vader. And
Right.
honestly, if you're looking at WrestleMania 12 as Brett and Vader, that's a dream match, like a WWF versus WCW dream match.
Yeah. That's huge.
I
Huge
think
match.
I think it's a huge one. So
And
I would
really,
be all for it.
Well, and what better opponent for Brett? He always works best with guys who are bigger as like the underdog wrestler guy. So it's like match made in heaven, basically.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And it almost feels like the Sid thing. Like Sid came back with a good amount of hype for me. Like I remember me and Bob specifically being like, yo, I can't wait till this motherfucker's on WWF TV. I just hope it's not like Sid, where, yeah, he's good for like a month and then like he's absolutely trash. Like,
Well,
I hope it's not that.
It didn't help Sid that his real first feud was with fucking Diesel, and they had horrible matches.
Right.
And I think it's very safe to say that Vader is a far superior in-ring wrestler
Oh,
than
God.
Sid would ever want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that alone,
Yeah, for sure.
So that alone is going to probably make this a little more entertaining.
Yeah, I hope so
moving
too.
forward.
I hope so too.
So, all right. Well, next week's episode, all we really know of is Bret Hart and British Bulldog Encore. So again, yippee! And then Jarrett against Hakushi are the advertised matches. I'm sure we're gonna get another Billionaire Ted thing, because like that's I think a weekly segment till WrestleMania. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be like a trope that they do moving forward, which to me, even with this first one, just feels cheap and like, why are you dedicating time to this bullshit? Like, think of it today, how silly it would be if, to almost close out Raw, WWE put on a thing with like a fake Tony Khan and like fake Young Bucks. Like, that would seem so fucking corny. Nobody would think it's cool.
Well, yeah, because it's not. I think it goes a little bit beyond like them acknowledging them. It's like it's just doing goofy shit and like wasting time.
Well, and it makes you look like you're worried about it. Like if you're doing that, you're worried about it.
Yeah, you're better off just ignoring it.
Absolutely.
Which is what they would normally do, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's funny. Like if I was a WWE fan at this time, WWF fan, I think it's having the adverse effect. Oh, there's a show with Macho Man on it that I'm not watching. Okay. Oh, what is it? Oh, Ted Turner. Oh, well, it must be on Turner's network. Oh, it must be WCW. Like you're leading me to the product. Like, oh, let me go find Macho Man because, like, yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Compared to fucking Mabel. Oh yeah, let me go watch Macho Man because I like him.
It's free advertisement.
Really? I mean, if you think about it, it's backwards, but fuck, I don't know. I just think that's stupid. It's a waste of their TV time. You could be progressive. You could have a whole backstage fight in that amount of time that they just did that.
Sure.
And that's promoting your TV, your stars, and your storylines.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, come on. It feels desperate to me.
No,
But I don't know. I think once we move past the beginning of the year is always like this. It's like the lead up to the Royal Rumbles, but then the Royal Rumble tends to be pretty good, and then after the Royal Rumbles tend to be pretty good, and then you get to King of the Ring, and then everything falls down a fucking mountain. SummerSlam can be hit or miss, but hopefully 96 will be a different outcome.
Yeah, so we got 2 weeks before Royal Rumble 96. I'm looking forward to actually watching Royal Rumble 96. I'm not sure how many times I've watched it completely.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think I'm going to really enjoy watching that one. But in the meantime, we have 2 more weeks of Raw before then. You guys got anything else for this week's episode or no?
Is there any super shows before Royal Rumble? Do they do like a pre-Rumble super show or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure.
No, we'd have the Rumble, and then before Mania, there's In Your House 6.
Oh.
And then, there's nothing after that. Like,
Okay.
all of March is not, it's just TV.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me is going to miss those. I enjoyed those little super shows or special shows that they would do because as we've seen
like
in
the
the
March
past.
to WrestleManias?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do them anymore.
Well, because as we've seen in the past, those tended to be better than the actual pay-per-views they were promoting. So, I don't know. Just one of
March to
those things.
WrestleMania 9 is better than to WrestleMania 9.
100%.
I think that's insane. But.
100%. Yeah. All right. Well, it'll be different too because now we're gonna have for a full calendar year. In Your House is at least, to fill in the gaps. So the pay-per-view every month.
Yeah.
So
which might be why they get rid of like the March to WrestleMania.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure because I do, like I said, I did really like those. But what are you gonna do?
All right. Well, that should do it for this week's episode. The March to the Royal Rumble is on the way, and WrestleMania 12 is going to be a doozy. So hopefully you guys will continue to follow along here as we have begun Season 4 of IcoPod. Hopefully we can survive. If we survive 95, we can survive.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's all gravy from
Absolutely.
here. It's all gravy from here. 96 can be worse than 95, and I ain't even going to put it over as worse than 95. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, then. Until next week, for Austin Skinner and Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Conley Jr., and this has been IcoPod.
You got to hear it.